What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Just Silk, and I am here with my first episode for Dragon Ball Super content. I'm really excited. Some of you may already know me. If you don't, I am the guy who likes to play Vegeta Baby. It's the deck that I have made myself known with. I have competed all over the UK, all over Europe, and in America now with this deck. Surprised a few people. Obviously, a few people know that I'm playing it now, so it's fine. I'll tell you a little bit about myself, and I'll just do a quick little video telling you things I'm interested in coming into the game soon, and I just want to talk about the content I'm going to be trying to produce. So, obviously, you can tell I'm interested in Vegeta Baby. I'm interested in the color red. I love the red archetype that has been happening and what they've been doing with the direction of that content. The cards they've been producing for red have been pretty cool. The mechanic of decreasing battle power, you know, increasing your own and going for quick aggro effective battles, really. So that's quite that. I started playing Dragon Ball at set 4 with the Roldo and the Dr. Miu like bot things. They were pretty cool. Won a few tournaments, you know, carried on playing. Then Vegeta Baby, the promo card, came out. Started playing with that. Started making deck ideas, and managed to top in most events in the UK, if not Europe. You know, there was a few that I didn't top in, and I won. I think won our London prelims. It was a shame there weren't many more people at the London prelims, but I did. You know, I did all right. Then I flew over to America and I competed in a tournament, in a PPG Games, I think, tournament. Met a lot of you, like massive shout outs to people that I met. That was really cool. And I got to play against some really big names, you know, nearly taking wins from, I took wins from Peter Catani, Frank Miller, and then there were, you know, other names that I nearly took a win from, like, I'm trying to think now. Like, one of my final matches was against Marcel Russell, I think, and it literally came to him drawing a 5k card, and he said, like, he was really impressed. It was a great game. You know, met great people like Dalen Mack and stuff like that. So I'm just really excited to be in the scene. Now, talking about the UK scene, I have some great friends within the UK scene. So we've got like Matt Pritchard, who also tops quite regularly. He recently topped at the latest event in Europe, where in UK, the last event in the UK before all this this whole crazy stuff happened, and that was with Gohan Reboot Leader, I believe. And that was crazy. You know, we worked really hard as a team. Team Blackstar, shout out. We worked really hard as a team to get him ready. You know, I played Meta Cooler there. Bit of a meme, and I nearly got through. Nearly got through to the top 16, but not quite. So, you know, went on to day 2, and I played teams, and I ended up winning teams with Augusto and another guy that we joined up with us. That was really cool, and a great battle. Like, really hard slug. We had one loss in teams. We went undefeated for the rest of the day, and then the person that we lost to, we ended up playing against in the final. So that was really cool. The DBS game itself, DBS card game, obviously I'm interested in the lore of Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball. I love anime. As you can see, a little sprite of me down this side. You know, that's me, a little drawing. I'm also a tattoo artist, as you can see by my Instagram and things. So do check me out, guys. Like, I'm here playing DBS because I enjoy it. So let's talk about Vegeta Baby and why I love him as a leader. Now, Vegeta Baby was such a different leader when it first came out. It had a unique ability where it could self-awaken. It had great board control because not everything had barrier, and a lot of the one drops that were, you know, 5k, take a life, giving yourself crit or giving yourself double strike, they can just be popped with Vegeta Baby. You control the board. You have such good attrition with this card, and you're always gaining cards. It attacks when it attacks the leader, it draws a card, you know, and its awaken is untapped too. So it's a very powerful card. And on the flip side, it's minus 1 of your mons, 15k, and minus 2 of your opponents, 10k each. Again, you still draw when it attacks. So, you know, it has great usage and can be used for some really, really crazy combo pieces. One of my favorite combo pieces when we played in the European Invitational was to decrease my 6-drop baby, you know, Pockle Great Ape, Grudge of Great Ape, decrease it by 15k after it just done a 30k swing, triple strike, it was in rest, decrease it by 15k, use the card that's, oh god, I forget its name now, but it gives it 5k, switches it back to attack mode, and you can swing again for 20k triple strike. That's 6 damage in one turn, you know, or lots of cards in their hand that they have to remove to kind of deal with you. So, you know, I just really love the leader. I love the cards. I love the character Baby. I think Baby is a great character, and I only think he lost really due to plot armor in DBZ. So, DBGT, sorry. So let's talk about a few of the things I'm excited about coming forward into the set. Now, set 10 is looking like a crazy strong set. Obviously, things have moved quickly from the Draft Box 5, and obviously now there's a ban, the new ban list with the U3 stuff being banned. That kind of made things a little bit crazy, if I'm honest, because that changed a lot. Obviously, everyone was hyping up the U3 stuff with Vegex or whatever he's called. Shout out to my man Sandy for, you know, kind of breaking the format with that deck. I haven't been playing. I haven't played on Untap. Another thing you should know about me, I literally hate Untap. I think it's a great testing mechanism, but I don't think it gives you true RNG in terms of when you're trying to work out how you're going to draw into things, because Untap, you put 4 cards in your deck, you're going to draw 3 of it on the first turn. I've literally found myself hating the RNG of Untap. So I don't test there often. If I test, it will be with locals down in Bournemouth, Level Up Games. Massive shout out to them, you know. And I use Jack Gregory. He sends a lot of the cards, and, you know, I get my cards from him. So it's good. We've got a good flowing community of where we get our cards from. And a good set of people to test with. So massive shout out to Sandy for, as I said, for breaking the format with this. But now that the U3 have kind of gone, I want to talk to you about kind of the cards that I'm interested in going forward with red cards and with Baby itself to go forward for the next set. So let's start off with a couple of the Unisons. So Unison, I'm not going to lie, I'm excited about Vegeta. Unison and Might, man. Like, activate main, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 mono red battle card with an energy cost of 2 or less from your hand and play it. Now, I know that it costs 4 to play, don't get me wrong, so my idea would be you set up with Baby, you kind of set up with Baby, get your Baby out onto the field, have your 6-drop Baby ready. If you haven't managed to, then you defend and outplay your opponent until you get to then. Turn 4, you drop this. With Baby, you can hold yourself off from Awakening. There are so many counterplays you can use. Hold yourself off for Awakening. Untap 2 to Awaken. Use the effect. Draw 1 card. Play a mono red for 2 or less for free. So you play it. Then you play the 1-drop Baby. And then you go up the chain. So on turn 4, you could potentially go up the chain. Well, obviously you can go up before if you can. But on turn 4, you can drop this Unison. Go all the way back up the chain. And you deal yourself a massive board threat that they have to deal with, and then any card they're going to be playing is going to be very difficult for them to get around. Obviously it's a lot of playing around with, and these are cards I haven't tested. They're just cards I've read and seen and liked the look of it. So, you know, don't quote me. Let me know what you think. I could be completely wrong. I have no idea, but I will be testing these things. If you guys want to test, do shout out. Let me know, and, you know, I'll sort it out and join in for a test. Next ability, -2. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, if your opponent would play a battle card using a skill, it is placed in the drop area instead. This is powerful. It is powerful. If used correctly, you know, it's a denial of hope only for certain things, but it's still a very powerful, effective way of just having something on the board that says, you know, your opponent can't special summon. And it doesn't have a limit of power. It doesn't have anything like that. It's just any card your opponent would play using a skill. Now, I think that is insanely powerful, and utilized the right way could be used very well. And obviously the SPR version of this looks actually pretty cool. You know, Vegeta's not one of my favorite characters, but I do like this card, and I do think it would be quite a nice tech, even if maybe you had 1 of and 3 of the other one, you know, just something different. I like this card. I like 1-ofs. You know, RNG, if you draw it, you draw it. Secret rares are 1-ofs, so you can't say too much, you know, you still can use them. Moving on. Sin Shenron, Unison of Calamity. This is a dope card. Finally, you know, we've got some of the Shadow Dragons or whatever they were called. I really like these cards. I was hoping we'd get more before, but you know, we've got the Unison card now. So the first part of it's permanent is incredible. Your red cards can attack your opponent's battle cards in active mode. That deals for a lot of board control, especially if you're playing a deck that can spam cards out quite fast. You have the ability to deal with any threat that your opponent leaves out or tries to keep out so that they have things they can do with the next turn. You know, you can deal with most things on the board with things like Baby, with your leader's ability, you know, stuff like that. You have the presence to be able to deal with quite a lot here. And I think that's really important. I think that ability alone is going to mean this card's a staple in quite a lot of red decks. Not just Baby, but in quite a lot of red decks. +1 activate main. Choose up to two of your opponent's battle cards and they get minus 15k. Now, if you have Big Baby on the board, that's 20k. If you use your leader's ability, that's either 5k or another 15k. Then you use this, that's 30k plus 20k, 50k you are removing from any card on the board. Obviously, you have to get rid of barrier, but you can do that. You can do that now with other cards. You know, you might want to tech in Godstrike Beerus or something like that to remove barrier. I can't remember if Godstrike Beerus can remove barrier, but you know, you want to use cards that can remove barrier, and you can remove cards that haven't got barrier quite easily. Removing 50k from cards is pretty crazy. -2. Look at your opponent's hand, choose one battle card with 25k power or less, and discard it. Again, great, crazy control here. Red hasn't seen much other than the Broly that came out, the Crown of Retribution. Other than that, we haven't seen much cards where we were allowed to discard from your opponent's hand or get the ability to look at your opponent's hand to then discuss and discard it. This could lead to big brain plays and great, you know, stoppage, synergy and great knowledge within your turn. That one effect could win you many games, and I think that is why this is definitely a 4 of or 3 of at least in red Vegeta Baby. And let's be honest, the SPR looks sick. The SPR looks sick. I mean, I don't really collect a lot of the cards anymore. I just play with what I'm going to play with. You know, so for me, it will be red. It may be that I play with Jiren, because I did like that deck when I played it. But, you know, mainly it's going to be red. So, you know, I'll be foiling that boy out. Max rarity. But the SPR Sin of Calamity. Oh, Unison of Calamity, man. God damn. That's a good card. Moving on. Other cards that we're excited about. Of course, everyone's excited about these new counterplays. So, Wolfang Fist. If your leader is mono red, choose up to one attacking battle card, ignoring barrier, and it gets minus 15k for the turn. Like, minus 15k for the battle, sorry. The amount of disruption you're going to be able to cause with these counterplays, and the fact that if you have a red Unison on the board, you can do that without paying energy cost. These cards are broken, like broken. Yes, they're going to be hard to come by, but they are broken. You have to get 4 of these cards, no matter what. Like, you have to have 4. You have to have 4 of the other one as well, which is oh, where is the other one? There was another one. Why am I being silly? Here we are. The other counterplay. Oh, Merciless Barrage. You can't activate the counterplay skills of other cards this turn. Choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, minus 15k power for the turn. Play this card. And if you have a red Unison with 2 or more markers on it, you can activate this card's counterplay skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. Now, honestly, these cards are crazy. Like, they're going to make most of the other counterplays in the game pretty redundant. Not all of them, but most. I do really think these counterplays change up the counterplay game quite drastically, and it's quite exciting to see. And you know, I'm quite excited to see what we can do. I will start deck building now, start playing with cards, making sure that I know what I'm going to be coming out with, and then I'll be releasing deck profiles, and then when things go back to normal, I'll be doing locals profiles and different things like that, and just talking about the game and bringing you little video updates every so often. So guys, please let me know if you like this content. Also, like, subscribe, comment, and just give me feedback. I'm new to this, especially doing DBZ content. I usually do Pokemon content. Again, I'm still new to that. It was something to do during lockdown, and I'm really enjoying it. So guys, if you could give me that love, then let me know. And as per usual, stay safe. Peace.